Hello, Dr. James Bogash, expert in health and longevity, and today we're going to talk about protecting your brain in a non-prescription manner, because the reality is a lot of the prescriptions out there are not good for the brain. And there's one in particular that has somewhere around 19,000 per year prescriptions written, and some 10 million people a year use them, and not good for the brain. There's a time and a place for all medications. If you've got a kidney infection that's about to jump to become septic, not the time to argue about improving your microbiome. It's time to save your life. If you've got a bone infection, again, there's a time and a place for everything. And the same thing goes with steroids. That if somebody has some type of out of control inflammation, then controlling that inflammation can be, in some cases, life-changing. In a lot of times, I see steroids used for musculoskeletal pain. That's something that got fixed in literally 10 minutes in my office. So there is definitely an overuse of steroids in our society. And people generally, you think of the short-term effects. Hunger. People get hungry. It affects gets you more edgy. Sleep becomes a problem. Weight gain with consistent use. And for me, most of the anti-inflammatories, including steroids, actually destroy the very tissue. If somebody's taking it for a musculoskeletal problem, they destroy the actual tissues we're usually trying to protect. So even a single exposure to steroids can weaken the soft tissues of the human body and lead to further rupture problems. So while this is a study done, this is an animal study, you can guess that injections are going to have similar type effects, maybe not quite the dosages that you would get with an oral Medrodose pack or something like that, but definitely concerns. And it has to do with the brain, and it's very clear that cognitive loss, cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, these are all things that we have a very large amount of control over, and it has an extreme amount to do with lifestyle. Avoiding diabetes, exercise, those kind of things can help protect the brain. But there are sometimes where people take prescriptions that actually damage their brain. And it turns out that steroids are on this list. And in this particular animal study, researchers gave rats 5 days worth of steroids, and it affected the hippocampal region. The hippocampus is a region that's affected in Alzheimer's, but it controls a lot of our things like temperature regulation, but can also help control our sleep-wake cycle. So they found that the steroids affected the hippocampal's regulation of circadian cues, so like what we do during the day in sleep. And anybody who's been on steroids and can't get to sleep because they feel jittery, this shouldn't come as a big surprise, but affecting those pathways also led to memory impairment in these animals. So doesn't come as a terribly big surprise, but it's just another reason to ensure that if you're going to go on this prescription or a prescription is given to you, that you're double checking with your doctor that it's absolutely needed in this scenario, because sometimes it is, but many times those 19 million prescriptions per year are not needed, and there might be a different alternative. As always, I'll post a link to this particular study in the description. Make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who you think needs the information, and subscribe to the channel.